done. All right. Well, welcome to the CouncilCast. This is episode 102, being recorded on December 10th, 2019.
It's the Sleepy Cast.
This council is now in session, and as with every week, we'll make arbitrary decisions about topics on science, technology, and random shit with little background and next to no expertise. All CouncilCast decisions are final and have no bearing on anything whatsoever. So
This episode brought to you by How To, Absurd Scientific Advice for Common Real-World Problems by Randall Monroe.
Dope.
I wish he really was a sponsor.
Yeah, we're not actually sponsored by him. It's just a book I'm currently reading as well.
We're just promoting it.
I fully promote anything that Randall Monroe does.
There you go. And hopefully it doesn't put us to sleep tonight. So.
And hopefully he doesn't murder anyone soon.
Whoa.
That escalated quickly.
That's pretty extreme. I guess I'll have to stand by what I said, I suppose. I can't walk that back. It's too bold a claim.
As we've said before, no news is, or any news is good news, I guess. Any press is good
There's
press.
there's no such thing as bad publicity.
Any news is good news. I prefer that version of the saying. You know what they always say? Any news is good news.
What might not be so good is apparently when Antarctic explorers go to Antarctica for 14 months, their brains shrink.
Yeah, I was reading that earlier.
Probably not so good news. So I initially took this as it was because people were cold.
I mean, it stands to reason. Most things shrink when they freeze.
Yeah, and Antarctica's pretty dang cold from what I understand. But no, actually it's because apparently these people are isolated. I can only imagine that means they're not using their brains.
Not using your brain.
So they said that they had to live and work in a single place alongside only a small group of people, and that it likely made their hippocampus smaller due to the boredom that would arise from staring outside and seeing nothing but pure white snow day after day. That sounds pretty damn boring.
Couldn't they find some sort of mental treadmill like the astronauts have to have?
I mean, you would think.
I mean, not mental. Theirs is physical, but are they not allowed to have like a book or the internet?
Well, I can see how they might not have the internet, but you think that they could at least send them with like one of those brain.
Just give them one of the brain teaser books. They're covered.
You have to read this book every day for the 14 months you're there.
This one ought to hold you over, but unfortunately, somebody did all half the puzzles already. So you're just gonna have to.
So,
like that episode of The Office when Pam gives two pictures to Creed and says, corporate wants you to find the differences. And she looks at the camera and goes, they're the same picture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do that to those guys. That'll drive them crazy. Wait, what are we trying to do? Are we helping or are we trying to drive them more crazy?
Well, I guess if they're crazy, their brains don't shrink, so maybe they should go crazy? I don't know.
Facts.
So I guess so I was trying to figure out if this was actually an intended research study, and it sounds like it was. So maybe they intentionally told people that they couldn't do anything, but normally they would.
Interesting.
So I guess if you're going to go live somewhere on your own for 14 months, bring some brain games with you. Thumbs down.
Thumbs down for brain shrinkage. Or any shrinkage at all, I suppose.
Thumbs down for shrinkage.
Shrinkage is not so good. Unless it's the shrinkage of cancer, which apparently, if you are a light drinker, you have a higher risk of getting. Which just reinforces the fact that apparently you get cancer from anything nowadays.
Yeah, I believe it.
So apparently there was a new study that was done in Japan that showed a link between lifetime. I'm a little confused. Lifetime drinking and an increased risk of cancer
Like somebody who drank
every day
not heavily, but like,
over their
oh,
life.
does it say every day?
No, to be honest, I mean I haven't read it, so clearly it must state every day.
Hmm.
It does say though, a lifetime drinker, even if it's a light drinking over a lifetime, can apparently be bad for you.
Oh, that sounds bad.
So, it does. It says those who drank a standard drink a day were 5% more likely to develop cancer. So I
Hmm.
guess, I mean, 5% is pretty small, but I guess it's proven, so it must be a fact.
If they put it on the internet, it has to be a fact.
It is now. So I guess this kind of goes against the whole "you're okay as long as you drink in moderation" philosophy,
I guess so.
or you should drink more. I wonder if the risk is like 5% if you're a light drinker and like 6% if you're a heavy drinker. So it makes like no difference.
Probably not.
These are all great questions.
I think that you are what you eat.
Oh, yeah, that makes
That's perfect. That makes a lot of sense.
That's exactly how I feel.
Thumbs up for being what you eat, I guess.
Thank you.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I agree with this article yet, so I want to know how much worse it is if I'm a heavy drinker.
What I want to know is exactly, yeah, the one extreme or the other. That's what the I don't know. What I want to know is what their sample size was and where they're actually getting their statistics from. Like
So-
sometimes for these things, they get really small data samples.
They did say that they compared 63,000 adult patients.
63,000.
Yep.
I don't think it's a big enough sample size. There are billions of people on Earth.
This is true, and to be fair, it
60,000 is a pretty good sample size.
was just Japanese
Compared
people.
to what?
It
Hmm.
was
How big does your statistically significant sample size need to be?
Mine? At least 2 billion.
So
Oh my.
63,000.
If we're not asking almost every single person on Earth.
So this
No
was
dice.
apparently done in Japan, and 63,000 people out of Japan's total population of 126.5 million is 0.05% of just Japanese people.
Is what percent?
0.05.
Man, I don't remember enough stats to determine.
0.05. I think actually is statistically significant.
I have no idea whether it is or is not.
I'm gonna go with it was done in Japanese, so maybe Japanese people are just more likely to get
That's
cancer. I don't know.
I mean that is a relevant hypothesis. I think what we should do is get together 65,000 Americans and we should all go light drinking after this.
Actually, we should probably start another segment of the CouncilCast where we meet up with 64,995-ish people every week.
Yep.
And we drink for the next, I don't know, maybe 1,000 episodes and find out if we have cancer.
Experiment accepted.
That's
Matt's like, that seems like a lot of episodes.
That's what I'm imagining.
Yeah, seems worth it.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna give this a thumbs down. I don't have enough facts here. I need to know in order to make a realistic decision here.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thumbs down. This is gonna be a thumbs down episode.
Thumbs down on everything. Except for maybe the robot hotel that is
Ah,
launching
crap.
to the International Space Station.
Thumbs up.
So apparently, NASA decided that not only do humans need a place to stay in space, but robots do too. So they're attaching a robot hotel to the outside of the International Space Station. So apparently they're not good enough to be inside the space station, but they are giving them a spot outside the space station.
So you sleep outside?
So they have to sleep outside, yes.
No, not a human. You have to sleep outside.
Yep. Bring! Don't they start ringing at the phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's good for all the robots who are trying to go to the space station. Maybe
It reminds me of like Futurama. And like, Bender, you sleep outside. He's walking around on the outside of the ship.
Seems pretty legit.
I love Futurama. I'm sad that they stopped making episodes.
Is it possible that NASA stole this idea from Futurama?
Oh, definitely. Most things that are of science have to be dreamed. We're scientists. We don't have to respond to reason. We just have to dream it, and then it becomes.
All you need, if you dream it, if you believe it, you can dream it.
Yeah, isn't that how that saying goes? You believe it, you can dream it.
You can be anything you want to be, including a robot that lives on the outside of the space station.
Yeah, it's kind of almost as silly as a robot that wants to play folk music.
I'm going to have to go ahead and give this one a thumbs down by not, I think that the robot should probably be demanding equal rights in a space inside of the space station.
Demand equal rights.
Thumb down.
Thumbs down. All right. Well,
Matt, how do you vote?
I already voted.
You already voted.
What'd you vote?
Thumbs up.
I was hoping you were going to give us the first thumbs down for a space-related topic.
Never.
Oh, okay.
Well, you might not have to. You might not be able to be on the internet anymore if you live in Europe, because they apparently ran out of IP addresses again.
I've heard about this happening. Don't they just like go in and come up with new numbers? They have a Googleplex of them.
It's kind of like that. I mean, they basically have, I don't know, how many total IPv4 addresses can you have? Do you know, Matt, off the top of your head?
Yeah, I just know that off the top of my head.
Here, it is 4.2 billion IP addresses. So apparently Europe...
There's more than billions of numbers, though, right?
Yeah.
The fuck are you talking about?
There's
340 IPv6 is 340 billion, which is a lot.
That's a big number.
Wow.
So apparently, do you think this is actually going to drive people to switch finally to IPv6? It's like we've literally been talking about this. People running out of IP addresses.
Nothing has
for years,
so far.
Like.
I don't think it's actually going to ever end. I mean, they have the ability to add infinite IP addresses. How many IP addresses? What do you think is a reasonable number? I mean, we're talking about billions here, so nothing's reasonable at this point. What would be the number that we would need for everyone to have enough IP addresses that they would not run out?
I mean,
10 billion?
IPv6 solves this problem.
How?
By having
new numbers?
No.
Okay, I'll let you explain.
It's just a bigger address space.
How is it measured in square feet?
Girth units.
No, so instead of it 32 bits in IPv4, it's 128 bits in IPv6. So it's much larger.
It's like he had a bigger box.
Okay.
So
I like it.
So apparently the group that hands out IP addresses in Europe has apparently said that they're like, yep, we handed out our last available address. So if you want to get a public IP address, you now have to get on a waiting list. And they said that they are apparently hoping that this will spur some IPv6 address adoption, but it also seems unlikely. So I just don't understand. I don't think this is going to draw anybody to do anything at this point. I mean, most likely you're going to run it because the only people who really care, correct me if I'm wrong, are realistically the like businesses and ISPs, right?
What's that?
Like the only people who probably really care about this are businesses and ISPs. Because I mean, how many people?
Anybody that wants a public addressable address.
But like, you could probably solve this with the ISPs putting everybody behind like a NAT or something like that, right?
I mean, you can solve all sorts of stuff, all kinds of different ways.
What about IP address blockers?
Yep. What about them? What the fuck are you talking about?
Sorry, Brian's not here, so I thought I'd just start asking his question.
I hope that he's watching right now and
man.
texting you these questions.
Yeah.
That'd be great. I think
Jesus,
I
Brian.
think he's cleaning the house.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think thumbs down for people not paying attention to how many IP addresses we need.
Yeah, where's your forethought? I remember them thinking when Al Gore invented the internet, they're like, we only need 100 IP addresses, and he's like, yeah, nobody's gonna like this internet thing. And then he's like, nah, I invented it, everyone. You like it. I don't know what that has to do with this, but
That sounds about right.
faux show.
Yeah.
Yeah, thumbs down. Yeah, I give it a thumbs down too.
Thumbs down for running out.
Well, maybe they would run out faster if they rode a hoverboard around. Like this dentist who apparently...
Is this a legit hoverboard this time, or are we getting one of those fake hoverboards?
This is one of those ones that has two wheels yet, so...
Okay.
What the shit happened?
So apparently there was a dentist who who literally performed his job while standing on a hoverboard. And
Why?
I don't know, because he could move around faster, and apparently recorded himself pulling the tooth of a patient while standing on his hoverboard.
That just seems unnecessary.
And now he's getting sued.
By
that person.
The patient.
For what reason?
Yeah, no.
Because he wanted to.
Like, I mean, if the guy did a good job, I don't know what you sue for. You could have fucked up. Like, okay, but he didn't. Did he? I don't know. What are they suing for?
Let's see. I'm trying to read the article for the first time.
I don't know. You can get a ticket for reckless driving, so why can't you why can't you sue for reckless tooth pulling? He didn't actually do anything wrong. I mean, nothing bad happened. But is the complaint about toothaches?
So I think the complaint is just that it could have gone bad.
Oh, it absolutely could have. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm just questioning what you.
No, I'm standing up for this guy. I think
what are you suing? What are you suing based off of?
I think it's I think it's literally just being an idiot.
No, neat. Wait, it's from the state of Alaska?
Yeah, the dude
Or
was in
in the state
Alaska.
of Alaska? Is
Apparently
it the state of Alaska suing him?
In court, Lockhart's defense attorney, which is the patient. So it is the patient. Their defense attorney called the use of the hoverboard during the dental procedure absolutely stupid, and then went on to question whether he should be punished for using a hoverboard in general.
Okay. And then?
I don't know. Well, apparently he's also getting sued because he also was doing fraudulent billing to the Medicaid. So.
Oh, and there it is. They've just tacked this on as an extra cherry on top to say, look at how stupid he is in general.
I'm pretty sure that's about it.
Got it. Got it. Very, very interesting.
Here it's probably for unlawful dental acts, whatever the heck that means. I can only imagine like he's trying to be a part robot where he has these wheels and can just like zoom around to all the different patients without having to walk anywhere.
The Jetsons.
I'm not really sure. Maybe he thought if he could like tie a string to the patient's tooth and run away with the hoverboard, it'd pull it out faster.
I mean, maybe.
I mean,
I don't think that he. I don't know. He's just kind of a dope. I mean, I've talked to this guy before, and he's an idiot.
I like how in the description of it, it says that in the video, he was swaying slightly on his hoverboard while extracting a tooth. Once done, he rolls out of the room, strips off his gloves, tosses them, and triumphantly throws up both hands in the air as he zooms away down the hallway.
This guy's got bigger problems. Although the hoverboard incident is dramatic, Lookhart's most serious charges allege that he fraudulently billed Medicaid approximately $1.8 million and stole approximately $250,000 from his partners. Medicaid is not going to let the $1.8 million slide.
No, probably not. He probably billed them for all the hoverboards.
If there's one person's money you should not fuck with, it is the government's fucking money.
That's what I always say.
This guy's screwed.
When you have a whole department of hundreds of people actively looking into how you've spent their money, yeah, you're definitely not going to get away with it.
Yeah, I
would have gotten away with it too if it hadn't been for those meddling kids.
I give this guy a thumbs down for trying to bill Medicaid.
Yeah.
For hoverboards, because I'm imagining he bought $1.8 million worth of hoverboards.
He probably did say he could do all of this. $1.8 million worth of hoverboards.
Who needs that many hoverboards?
He probably fell off of them a lot while he was doing his dentistry work, so he needed more of them.
Completely agree.
What's your vote, Matt?
I vote down for this.
Down. Down.
Oh, well, you know what's not a hoverboard is the new Cybertruck, which apparently Elon Musk took out for a joyride this weekend.
I think I saw this clip. Oh my gosh. Not from what you sent out, just like separately.
Yeah, so Elon Musk apparently took out the Cybertruck to show it off around town and went out to a restaurant in Malibu. And apparently, as he was leaving, it looks like I don't even understand what he was trying to do here.
He also seems to be running a red.
Exactly. Like, where he's driving does not seem to be a normal part of the road.
Okay, was he just making his own road? Yet again, the cars on either side seem to be stopped. Like, it seems like an intersection.
Well, no, the light's green, though. I think he's
in the other direction.
I think he drove off of a curb somewhere. I bet this is like a parking lot, and that's not a normal exit from the restaurant.
Yeah, I don't think it's a normal exit from the restaurant.
Sure
not. He knocks over that sign.
Did he just like roll in and do like 3 for one's happy hour for a while and then bust out of the joint? Because it looks like a red or at least a yellow. There's cars inexplicably stopped on either side. Like, wouldn't they be going? because it's a green light from the time that the GIF starts. Is there a full video of this that isn't this GIF?
I don't
Yeah, it's
know.
down here at the bottom. Who's driving? At Elon Musk or the autopilot? STSLA.
Oh, so they. Oh, I see. Okay. I don't think this is a real driveway. It looks like he wasn't supposed to even turn left there. So if you
Well,
scroll,
somebody followed him.
if you scroll to the bottom, there's a Google Street View that gives a look at the actual exit from the restaurant, and there's a sign that says "right turn only."
What?
And so my guess is that he probably can turn right onto this road because there's no stoplight for this like
Oh, I see.
exit. So you're probably only supposed to turn right, and my guess is it probably turned green and he gunned it and went left.
Oh, so like it turned green.
Oh yeah,
when
their
did-
pictures down here. Right turn only. The sign that he knocks over says right turn only.
Yeah.
It is. Hold on, I don't want to say it until I see it. Oh my god, now the video is just buffering. Just play. Look at the very first couple frames where the light comes into view. It turns from red to green in the
Yeah.
very first frames. So he does run a red.
Well, but
Completely.
he technically has no light on his direction though.
There is no light at all.
If you look at the street view, there's
Oh,
no lights for. That's why I think there's
Yeah.
a right turn only.
amazing.
He probably rolled up and saw that it was red, and then saw it turn green, and just gunned the shit out of it to get ahead of everybody.
Yeah, hold on. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he took out the right turn only sign.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yes.
Fantastic.
By turning left.
Yep.
Amazing.
Yep.
That's just the best.
Talk about.
I hope they're not putting that into the data set for self-driver training or for self-driving training.
I mean, he's just proving to us why self-driving is necessary.
Maybe that was the point.
I like this one art.
It would have been so amazing if he got pulled over if there were a cop sitting there.
So I like this one comment in the article here. Is it says the Cybertruck doesn't appear to have basic safety features yet, like side mirrors and window wipers, which presumably hampered Musk's ability to drive without hitting things.
Including right turn only.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I guess that's maybe the reason why he has a stainless steel outer shell for his truck, is he can just run over things and it doesn't matter.
Guess so.
That's amazing.
I guess so.
Yeah, I saw there's a bunch of stuff up this weekend about this thing out driving around. I just think it's hilarious that he did that. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to give this one a thumbs up. I think my only thumbs up for the night.
We're gonna give it a big thumbs left.
Too bad it
Thumbs
looks like
down!
a right.
On your screen, it's a right.
Yes.
Thumbs down. All the
There
way
you go.
down.
Thumbs to the left. I like it.
All the way down.
2 thumbs, way up.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna move to Elon Musk pitches for the week. Speaking of,
Here's a pitch
I
for
got
you.
one. Get glasses. Boom.
get glasses made by Tesla. Are they bulletproof glasses?
Man, I don't know. I feel like that's part of the problem with this truck. You're just like, man, I'll run over whatever. Grandma's children, it don't matter. Landmines.
All right, glasses. Get glasses. Got it. Perfect.
Well, he stole my joke. So you go, Blaine.
Oh God, I don't even have anything prepared.
I don't have anything prepared.
That's it. Matt has one, and we don't. The end.
Yeah, boy.
All right, with that, we're gonna call this council meeting adjourned.
Shut it down.
Thanks for listening. We record this podcast live Tuesday nights on YouTube, and if you liked what you saw and want to check out all of our past episodes, you can go to councilcast.org. You can find the audio files on iTunes or your favorite podcatcher, and if you have a topic you would like the council's decision on, you can email us at councilcast@gmail.com or connect with us on Twitter @RealCouncilCast. Thanks for listening, and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.